There's no way to know what type of a person you're going to marry until you actually marry that person and live with them. Dating will not make you know a person more. It only makes them make a better impression of you.
Young people are getting into relationships with very little tools on how to navigate relationships, whether it's what you talked about, boy-girl, which is a whole different thing, or in the space of marriage. They are not as equipped to navigate the very specific challenges that are present now. And so what we're seeing is really a fallout of the inability to equip our young people in how to navigate the terrain of relationships.
There's a rise for open relationships. Like the relationships nowadays, people are not looking for commitment, which has led to a new sort of marriage. It's not a marriage, but cohabitation. And I feel like nowadays, most people are not looking for commitment. You're just looking for somebody to pass time with, which has led to most people deciding that, marriage is not important, but what is important? You just find somebody who you can live with, somebody who you can cope up with, or let's say tolerate for a while before you move to the next person.
For me, I take dating as a platform to grow. And if I cannot grow in a relationship, like if I'm dating someone and 2 months after that honeymoon thing, after 5 months or something, and I evaluate myself and I see I've not made progress in any way, I'd rather just call it quits.
Dating nowadays is just based on your financial stability and sex. That's all. I mean, if you're, okay, let's say you're broke. Of course, you'll date someone that, okay, you don't want, but you're forced to because you can't stay like that, see? And you're dating them, and they know you're broke, so even them maybe they're broke. But anyway, at this day and age, I feel like if you're not financially stable, you just won't get what you want.
Nowadays, relationships are like Githurai Matatus. Yeah? You come together, but everyone alights at his own stage. Yeah. Pali mekufika, you walk with Jesus or God, whoever you walk with. Yeah.
You have to inspire me. I have to inspire you. I have to make you grow. Not that I got you here and you're still here, stuck together. No. We cannot feed in love every day.
We need to connect, yes. But how do we go through the connection process? How do we navigate that in an incredibly precarious terrain in the society and the communities that we live in? How do we channel what is a very natural expression of the desire to connect within our context of our faith? Those are very important questions. And unless, as an individual, one is able to deconstruct that, ask themselves a question, and then be able to get an answer to that, we end up going around in circles, and what we have as a result of that is very challenging relationships.
Relationships are things you really learn a lot from once you're in them. And you've tried out certain things and they didn't work. And then now when you're talking, you are speaking from an experienced perspective. You try moving in with someone, give it a chance. If it works, maybe it's your thing. If it doesn't, try something else. I think relationships are just a matter of experimenting and experiencing, and the experience will never end. You'll get dumped, you'll meet someone else, they'll dump you also, you'll meet someone else.
They always say there's no good men, but good men are all around. And I feel like we're the ones who always go for the bad.
Young Muslim men and women, boys and girls are not supposed to enter into a one-on-one intimate relationship. Spending time alone and getting to know each other in a very deep way as a precursor to selecting a marital partner.
But yeah, once you're married, you're out of the game. So before you get to that point, you need that leeway
for you to be able to experience all this, having girls around you? How do you,
The multiple relationships, to me, I see it as a benefit or as a bonus, because I get out of every relationship knowing something new about people and about another person, and I also get out knowing something new about myself personally. So I feel like the multiple relationships, I don't know how, for me it's a good thing, because I believe, yes, you want to get married, but I'm the type of person I believe, go out there, explore, know yourself. Imagine how sad it would be 10 years into marriage and I'm like, oh my God, I think I might be a lesbian. This is my time to explore and know, so that by the time I'm coming into the marriage, I am 100% sure this is what I want. And I am also sure that I know myself, because I feel if you don't know yourself yet, individually and just as a whole person, it is easier for your partner to take advantage of you or to just mistreat you or even just break you down or manipulate you to do whatever in whatever way they want.
That point which has been brought about for multiple relationships, really, it leaves you with a tag. For me, it's a bad thing. It leaves you with a tag. From the first relationship, if you went into it sincere, that was emotional. From there on, it's mental, mind games. You're here, this is the plan. This is, hey, when he moves this, I move my rook here and I castle them. So you change. Next relationship come. This, checkmate. Next relationship come. It doesn't help you. If at the first relationship you never sat back and figured out, hey, wait a minute, what happened here? And what is this? Moving to the next one and you're just open-minded, hey, maybe this is a good guy, maybe the other one was messed up. Maybe you're the guy who's messed up. So stop messing other people up. So, no, seriously, many relationships leave you with a tag of PSV. You dig? Yeah, honestly, it's like passing through a tunnel. Because you act as a tunnel whereby you allow yourself to be emotionally mistreated, quote to quote, mentally annihilated, quote to quote, physically obliterated, quote to quote. I'm just saying, a word is enough for the wise, huh? But if you are that person who experience has to be a teacher, it'll be hard for you. But, well, if you become better at the end of it, well, whatever suits you, whatever makes your boat float.
So let's just say that you have had, let's say, 5, 10, whatever number of relationships. By the time you get to your 5th relationship or your 4th relationship, there's a deep sense of grief and there's a deep sense of loss. And when you keep having experiences that are colored by loss, that really shifts the perception of yourself, the sense of self, sense of self-esteem, the sense of self-worth. And we just talk about this stuff individually. And then how that is expressed outwardly, because it is going to be expressed outwardly, then that is it's a domino effect.
It's become a norm, and almost every teenager and adult too engage in this practice.
For me, I'm old school, so I'd like a guy to court me first. 1985 here. So yeah, so I rather like a guy to court me, because then you kind of get to know where the man's at,
You cannot determine whether or not a person is compatible if the only things you've seen are roses, nice restaurants, and sneaking off to movie theaters and having conversations where half of the conversation is purely fluff.
Are there relationships that are able to progress from knowing each other and talking with each other to one that leads to a legal, spiritual, family, societal commitment through marriage? Yes. Are there those that don't? Yes. The key thing as someone who is exploring, because when you look at the developmental process, is the key thing in terms of young people. We're talking about late teens to 35, right? It's really about trying to find out who you are, being able to curve an identity outside of those of your parents and your family and your community. It's answering the questions, who am I in relation to myself and who am I in relation to the world? And if you're able to answer those questions, and be able to have those questions answered within a relationship that is honorable and that values you, then it is able to progress into that permanent status.
Personally, I look to help not only myself but the other person also grow. It's not really, my focus isn't really only on me, but when you converse, like mnaelewana pia, what do you wish, what do I wish for, what can I offer? It's not always about what I can get from her, but I can also give her, not only in terms of finances, but help.
I need to be deliberate in making a decision whether I'm going to sacrifice for you, compromise, and just have open up to someone, not just for the sake of being in a relationship, but something deliberate that will lead to marriage, kids. Yeah.
The sooner precedence of this is people who want to get married should have a serious talk to each other about compatibility within a controlled environment where their emotions cannot get the best of them.